What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Finally, after a long awaited, we got a new episode to Superman and Lois. I think the Flash is on break, but yeah, this was an interesting episode because this episode dealt the major crux of this episode was just about the fallout of Lana finding out, Clark is Superman and stuff like that. And they moved like the Alley and the other Jonathan, all that other stuff was just like, actually, you can say they flip flopped it. But before I get into that, I got to give y'all the synopsis. So let's do that. It says, Lana is left with many questions after her last encounter with Clark. Meanwhile, Jordan and Jonathan question whether Lois and Clark are telling them the whole story. And, hold on. I don't know why my computer was doing that. It messed up the synopsis a little bit. It's like, cut it off. Okay, here we go. And the last little piece, Natalie tries her best to get Sarah to acknowledge Jordan. So it was like like I said, the main thing with this episode was the fallout, of Clark telling Lana the secret and the repercussions and the way how that made her feel. And that was like the main thing for this episode. That's the main thing, is that, this is all about Lana. This episode was totally about her and her, just wrapping her head around the fact that her best friend is really Superman. And then we got some backstory that we didn't know about the two that was interesting. But it was a thing, the way how they did it was interesting, but it's like the main point of them telling Lana the truth was because she was in danger. And I'm going to get to that a little bit later, but that for me was like a big negative for me, but I'm going to explain to you why. So, let me set it up for you. The episode picks up right where last episode left off. We pick right back up with Lana and Clark in the middle of the street, just revealed that he was Superman. And they have a discussion. I ain't gonna get into the details of it because it's a little spoilery, but they do have a discussion. She does the typical, I will say this part. She was like, how do people didn't put this together? How do people don't see this? And Clark had a great response, which was, sometimes people see what they want to see. He was alluding to the fact that, because she was trying to figure out, well, how did I not know this? How did I not see that you and Superman was one and the same? And, he was telling the truth. Some people only see what they want to see. Some people don't want to, so he's basically saying, it's like saying, what if they do know, but they just don't want to admit it, or they just don't want to say it because it'd be like, no, that can't be right. He's basically saying people look at him and could tell that he's one and the same person, but they fool themselves into thinking it's two different people. But this conversation she has with Clark reveals some secrets it make a lot of things, not reveal secrets, but it make a lot of things that she couldn't explain, in her and Clark's past. It makes the connection now. She could connect the dots and make it all make sense. Like, she brought up how ironically, I guess the whole point of Clark talking to her right there, because that area has a particular, a particular memory, a particular importance to both Lana and Clark, and it was, I guess, there, and tragic as it sounds, it was an accident. It was an accident, but that accident now makes sense to Lana, because she couldn't understand how something happened. This accident happened, but nobody was hurt. Where at least somebody should have been hurt badly, and she realized now, oh, that was because of you. And the things I'm leaving out is, we don't get to see like Pete, actual, we don't get to see his actual actor in face. We do know that Lana, Clark, and Pete was in his car, and we get to see young Clark and young Lana, how they relationship as friends progressed as they went from being kids to teenagers and to preteens, teenagers, and all that type of stuff. And it was funny. It was not funny, but it was interesting to see that a particular thing happened right before this crash that I thought was missing from season one, that we didn't really get to see in season one, and now they actually, so that it actually was there between the two. And she even asked him about this particular thing, and Clark says he did, and she said, well, just not enough. So you could tell right away she went from being shocked and overwhelmed, like she had this sense of shock and awe and amazement, and it turned once the realization set in, once these memories start setting in that, oh, so these things happen, this is the reason why these weird things happen. This was all because it was you, because you were really this kid with powers and all that type of stuff. When all that starts setting in, her shock turns from shock and amaze to just disappointment and hurt. And you could tell, like, the actress, she perfectly displayed that transition from being shocked and awe to just hurt, because she's starting to realize that Clark lied to her this whole time. And she even asked, why didn't you come do this? Why didn't you do that? And he said he did. But moving on, we still got a situation with the Allie Austin. They still trying to figure out why a way to destroy the pennant, and they actually do figure out a way. Though they figure out multiple ways, but they figure out a way. But if you haven't seen the episode, you'll figure out what way they go with. There's more. The trailer. The trailer and the synopsis don't show you, but there's actually more interaction with Lana and Lois than even the trailer shows you. And one of the interactions shows that, at least, one of the interactions, it shows who Lana truly, because people think, Clark and Lois, they think she's mad, but she reveals that she is mad, but she's not mad. The person that she's mad at is the person that you wouldn't expect she's mad at. The whole truth, that's like the main part of the Jordan, this episode is just around that. I mean, Jordan, he had his moment where he did question Clark, like a little bit after that first scene. They have this whole little family talking about Clark telling her, and he basically telling them that, oh yeah, it really didn't go the way I planned to go. And then he reveals that he could tell she was really hurt by the revelation. And, Jordan wanted to know this, this and that and that. They suspect that he's not telling the truth because of her reaction to finding out Clark was Superman wasn't the reaction they expected her to have. So they feel like he was hiding something, which he really wasn't. She was really that upset about it. Natalie, she reveals a secret. She reveals a secret to Jonathan and Jordan. Sarah plays a little part in it. She has a little side story with her father. It's just a little character development between the two there. And then Kyle getting scared that Lana was dating somebody else because she was acting weird, not knowing it was because she was just really holding a secret. And that plays into who Lana is truly mad with. The main thing that I didn't like about this episode was that, if you remember, the whole point of them telling Lana the secret was because this other Earth, Lana, is coming after her. So that was the whole point, to keep, so she could better protect herself and her family. She needed to know the truth. And that the reason why that's a negative for me, because I can't really get into detail because I don't want to spoil the episode. But what I can say is it's a negative because once you see the episode, you will see how long it took them to get to that point. And maybe I missed something. Maybe I misread the context. I understand that she was going through a lot. But you had two different people talking to her. Two different people on two separate occasions. You have multiple occasions where the people, i.e. Clark and Lana, Lois, talking to Lana on multiple occasions, and not one time did the main reason for telling her came up. And then when you thought one of the times she was talking to one of them, you thought that was going to come up. You found out it still didn't come up, because then you find out after that they still got to go tell her that reason, the reason why they mainly told her, because she was in danger. So it's just like, what? Did you really take? It really took 3 conversations to get to that conversation. That should have been the first thing come out your mouth. But it wasn't. And for me, that was a big negative. I'll take 2 points off of that. With that being said, this episode gets I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, just because I was going to give it a 7, but I give it an 8 because of the fact that the revelation of the Clark, the fleshing out, how they fleshed out Clark and Lana's relationship, the deeper relationship, and the little payoff of what their relationship truly was supposed to head towards. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Superman in this episode of Superman and Lois. I don't even think I said the title of the episode. Did I say the title? The title of the episode, just to throw it out there for random, the title of this episode was called Lies That Bind. But if you enjoyed this review of Lies That Bind, then you hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my oh my god, I was about to say reactions. I lost the words. Reviews. And if you enjoyed this video so much, you want to support the channel, all you got to do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, hit that thanks button only if you want to, and hit that join button only if you want to. If you want to see my full review, not reviews, but video reactions. Man, I'm getting tongue-tied. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my messy content, but don't go anywhere because I got another Stranger Things review and some interesting reactions. So, peace out.